Regular, incendiary, explosive arrows. All color-coded. And tell Finnick, got a trident for him when he's ready. Might just cheer him up. Let's not fire the red ones in here.
Ooh, it gives you chills. Let's connect with the man in that scene, along with Jennifer Lawrence. Jeffrey Wright joining us now. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Jody?
I'm doing very well, sir. You know what? So many awards, so much to talk about. We have to start with the movie that's coming out before I get to all of your other incredible accomplishments and some endeavors that you're working on. Let's dive right in with how your character has changed from the last movie to the one that's just opening.
Well, he's changed along with all the other characters in that, you know, we're now existing in a society at war. The end of Catching Fire is the beginning of the rebellion. Everything that we knew before is in flames, and now we see the consequences of that, and it's civil war. So the rebellion's begun in earnest. BT has been injured in the previous game, so he's now wheelchair bound, but he's focused on playing his role in this revolution, and that's a technology-oriented role. He's a communications expert. He's a weapons expert, so he's devising the tools that will strengthen the rebellion, and you know, there are consequences to that. You know, he's also a bit of a, you know, he plays a role in the propaganda, the dissemination of the messaging of the rebellion, which is, you know, very resonant because we see that happening as well around the world in various theaters of war that exist now. So, you know, a lot of interesting stuff going on in this movie. The stakes are raised, and it's a pretty thrilling ride.
Now, Jeffrey, watching that clip that we bumpered in with here of you explaining, you know, don't fire that in here, you know, probably keep careful. It kind of was like Bond meeting with Q. And you do have some serious Bond pedigree, both Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. But you also go all the way to working with Oliver Stone and Boardwalk Empire. How do you juggle all of these great characters?
Well, you know, I just try to, you know, I say if you can't beat them, confuse them, you know. So I try to, you know, I try not to repeat myself, you know, from the previous thing. I just enjoy that aspect of it, and it's kind of harrowing to some extent. You know, when you're an actor, you pretty much get out in front of the camera or you get on stage, and what's driving you is not to make a fool of yourself. You know, that's basically why you're out there. And so you're trying to craft anything that you can and try to shape a character that really, you know, that comes off in an interesting, original, and compelling way. And so for me, you know, it also keeps me active because I get to slot myself into these varying roles and varying films and worlds by trying to stay versatile. So I enjoy that aspect of it. You know, I like the idea of creating new masks and creating new voices and movements and things like that for each character. Clearly,
you're incredible at it with Tony Awards and AFI Awards. We could go on for an hour just to discuss. I want to get to quickly, what's the prank you did on Jennifer Lawrence on set?
Oh God, that's old news. That was Catching Fire. That was that was, you know, that. Oh God, oh she, you know. But it was a box, a Tiffany box, a lovely Tiffany box that happened to be stuffed with crickets instead of, you know, trinkets.
I kind of love that.
Yeah.
Come on.
But, you know,
for those who didn't know that story, that you're a prankster, but you also have a big heart. We only have 30 seconds left here, but we have to mention we've got the key going up for EbolaSurvivalFund.org. Quickly tell us what it's about and how we get involved.
Yeah, I've been active in Sierra Leone for about 13 years. Been traveled there maybe 20, 25 times in that time, operating about 60 miles from where this young boy, a 2-year-old boy named Emil Wamano, was first sickened by the disease. And so we put together a group of organizations that have long-term relationship in Sierra Leone, intend in the long term. Our group, for $5,000, shut down the outbreak on a community right on the Guinea border, a community of about 20,000 people who lost a doctor in May. We pushed over money so they could supply themselves with chlorine and medical gloves. They haven't lost anyone since.
Wow.
So if you want to work with organizations who know the landscape over there, know how to act efficiently, if you want to donate some monies, we'll use it wisely and well. So you can go to EbolaSurvivalFund.org, find out who we are and what we intend to do.
We intend to do just that. That is a great endorsement. Jeffrey Wright, thank you for being with us this morning here on BT.
Thank you for having me.